Oh, looks like we are live and ready to go. YouTube even says excellent connection for once. Let's see how long that lasts for. Oh yeah, regarding the internet, we got a new router on the way. Apparently the router might be part of the issue as well. I've been calling support almost every other day, and every support person has told me something different. So that is internet support for you. Vodafone, horrible, stressful company. All right, morning, everyone. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the live stream. We first are going to review the watch list like always, and then we trade the market open every day. I hope everyone had a good start to the week, a good Monday. We had a little bit of a red Monday, but it was still kind of a nice start to the week because stuck to our rules and avoided any big losses. So that was really nice. Today is Tuesday, obviously the 28th of April. It's 9:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means we have another 13 minutes before the market opens at 9:30. We wrap up trading between 10:30 and 11. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's dive into the watch list. The Beast Arch router. Let me send the link over to that one. I'd be interested to check out. I've been looking on Amazon for different routers. That's my life now. Good morning, everyone, though. Nice to see everyone here. Yeah, TROV is kind of consolidating pretty nicely. I ran the scanner this morning and I was a little bit overwhelmed. I was like, whoa. When I ran it, I think there was like 48 stocks. Now there's 61 stocks in the scanner. That's a high amount of stocks for the Gap and Go scanner. There's a lot of bottom bouncing going on. We have things like, AMC, movie theaters on the scanner. That's just stuff that typically is not on our Gap and Go scanner. So just a lot of stuff that are great potential swing trades. I gotta admit, the swing trading out there, my Roth IRA account has just been exploding recently. I almost wish I was streaming about that one because it's been a pretty wild ride. I mean, we have just talking about AMC for a second. I mean, this thing bounced off of $2 and now it's at $4, right? I mean, these are huge companies that are going like up and down 100%. Airline stocks, for example. I mean, there's a lot of risk, there's a lot of volatility, but there's some really nice, really unusual market conditions right now. Obviously, on this channel, on this live stream, we focus just on Gap and Go day trading in the morning, so it's a little bit different. So let's focus on that. SPY up about 1.6%. This is going to be probably a pretty green open here. That's kind of why we're seeing a lot of bottom bounces. We've had some hardcore top resistance here. We're kind of finally breaking out of that resistance. So you're going to see it across the board with the NASDAQ, SPY. We're having a little bit of a break past some, I would say, some serious resistance, former support and new resistance. That is how it goes. Let me quickly show you guys the SPX as well. This is probably where I'll have some stream issues at any second here. You can see kind of right here at 2,881, big time resistance, kind of breaking out higher. We got the moving average right above us, and then the Dow Jones really quickly here. All these are kind of in the top. So right now we're going to be, probably today, we're going to be breaking higher. I'm not sure how high it's going to go, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Dow Jones, I don't know about today, but at one point, hit 250 or got close to it in the short term. So let's see what happens with that. But yeah, it's been a pretty strong bounce, and today looks like the breakout of that kind of continuation. FIU Shung videos for a while. I'm not sure if I read that right, but yeah, crypto's been pretty interesting as well. I actually have no open swing trades at the moment with crypto just because I feel like this bounce has been pretty aggressive so far. So I'm at all in cash. Besides some long-term BTC that I haven't sold in a long time. So let's dive into the picks, just like Heiko's been talking about. Super true. IBIO. Let's get started here. This was the first one on the gap scanner where I was genuinely interested in. We had about a 57% gap when I ran the scanner, 56, 55. 92 million float though. That's a little bit on the high side. So let's watch out with that. But at the same time, with such a big float, anytime it sells off so aggressively, sometimes those are really, really nice dip buys. So this was a 25% reversal move. We have some support here longer term at 1.1 and some bigger resistance at 1.5. So we're kind of trading in this area right here. Let me just go into that. So we're above this area, which has been some resistance in the short term. So we're above this area and right below this big time support. I don't really like trading these moves on the backside. You guys know that already. I kind of talk about it quite often. So I don't know how aggressive I'll get with IBIO. Plus the float's kind of high. But the news is pretty nice. I mean, it's a US biotech with a, potential coronavirus right here, vaccine. Texas facility can make about 500 million doses of potential coronavirus vaccine annually. So that's pretty hot news. Not to mention, almost every stock with some sort of coronavirus news has been doing extremely well. Obviously, IBIO has been one of those that has been doing very well. And right now we're a bit on the backside of the move. So again, something to really keep in mind. How would I trade this one? I don't know. Again, we're kind of coming here to this big time resistance area. I don't really see us breaking through that just yet, but anything's possible. So right now we're having a bit of a double top. I would probably look for a bit more of a correction first before getting too aggressive on IBIO. Buying this one pre-market probably would have been kind of a good way to play this one. This was a 12% move as we are breaking VWAP here, but again, that's also not one of my favorite kind of ways to trade. Going down the list here, there's a lot of stuff that just wasn't very interesting. RTIX, I do want to kind of mention for a second, just because, 60% gap up, 64 million float, US medical company. They reduced some of their lawsuit costs, so they have a catalyst as well. Price action, not too interesting and not too heavily traded, but if we could somehow stay above this kind of 2.8 area, it might be an interesting pick. So I'm going to go ahead and put an alert here. Maybe this will be interesting at one point, but at the moment I probably won't be touching it. Now here's really, I think, one of the more interesting ones. 90% gap up, 12 million float, that's really nice. Even though here it says 11 million shares outstanding, so I'm not sure. Finviz told me 12 million float. US biotech, positive cancer trial news. So that's a really, really nice catalyst, but it's selling off very aggressively, which is not something I like. Over 30% down from its pre-market highs. Big time support at about 1.3, 1.4. You can kind of see we've already bounced off this area once before. So we'll see how this one opens up. I wouldn't mind maybe dip buying this one, especially if we go into, I don't know, between 1 and 110. That could be a huge support zone. So I'll keep an eye out for this. DARE, 40% gap, 22 million float, US biotech. They recently got upgraded, 7.5 price target, and they have positive phase 3 trials, trial news. So this could actually be, I don't know if we're going to see too much activity on this one today, based on how it's trading pre-market. But this actually could be a bit of a swing trade for any of you guys out there. The long-term chart though, just watch out. This one's really, really rough. We'll see here how this one goes. Definitely some support and resistance in this area. You can see nice little base forming here. So maybe if this one pulls off a little bit, I wouldn't mind getting aggressive, but I don't see this one being the most interesting play. And then let's go here to BWEN. This is another one of the lead gappers. The reason I put this one as a lead gapper, it's because 145% gap up. That's really nice. We closed here about 135, 139, and we're all the way up here. So 140% give or take. Problem is, it is selling off as well, fairly aggressively, down 35%. Float is pretty nice. So shares outstanding here, it says 16 million. Float on Finviz was 14 million. It's a US diversified machinery company, and they had a big contract turbine order. So big contract winner there. Here you can see it. Yeah, good question, Satoshi. What's the play for the day? it's tough. You know, like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of stuff on the scanner, and I wouldn't say there's again one clear lead gapper. I do think BWEN, I mean, obviously it's the biggest percentage winner, and it has one of the smallest floats along with TROV. So I find that pretty interesting. Plus, it has a catalyst. I don't really know why it's selling off so aggressively. So TD Ameritrade doesn't show the float. Unless someone figured out how to rig that up, let me know. But at the moment, I haven't figured it out. I look for the floats on FinViz, which, I mean, as you can see with TROV, I'm not totally sure if it's accurate or how accurate it is. We got another 2.5 minutes till the market opens. I'm definitely going to be running the after market open scanner, so I'm already going to pull this one up. You can see more stocks already pulling up here, 71 now. It's going to be ready to go. Yeah, Trade Idea Pro is pretty good. I'm trying to do kind of the, obviously, kind of TD Ameritrade route, see what we can squeeze out of it. But yeah, I totally agree. I'll probably switch to Trade Idea Pro at one point. Yeah, Voiclass, it's absolutely right. Whole market's trending up. Definitely more of a large cap day, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so TD Ameritrade shows their float on the web platform. Yeah, if it shows on the web platform, there's got to be a way to get it on TOS. That's my thought. It's been really loud outside. Let me close the window. It's getting kind of ridiculous. There's like a whole jungle outside and then ambulances and just non-stop stuff this morning. I've got another 1.5 minutes till the market opens here. I'm going to put an alert, see if we break down further with BWEN. I do think this is probably the lead gapper on the day unless something really pops out. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. IBIO, former runner, so this could have a lot of attention, but it will definitely also have a lot of bag holders. And this is exactly what I was worried about here. These flash moves on these stocks that are, you know, below $2 and also former runners. So let's kind of see how this one opens up. Not to mention, like I said, you know, we had a big time resistance here. We did break a little bit higher, but then we have long-term support and resistance right above it. Noel, I'm right now in Berlin, but I'm between Berlin and Florida. It's kind of like a snowbird, I guess you can say. All right, guys, another 12 seconds till the market opens. I'm going to be fairly calm, probably in the first 5 minutes, and then I ideally want to get pretty aggressive after that. So good luck, everyone. Right now, focusing a little bit on IBIO, big volume out of the gates. Look at that on the daily, big time resistance there. Markets are all green. Stats are being updated right now. This whole column will be shifting fairly soon here. IBIO pulling back. Check out BWEN. Nice little 1 minute spike here. This is looking pretty healthy. 4% move. Big buyers coming in. I would give it a bit more time. I do feel like it has a bit more downside in it, just the way it's been selling off. I don't really like that. So here we go. Here's the dip. PLAY, some of the big volume as well. Keep an eye on for that, but market cap is much higher on it. Could see a break of 2 here on BWEN. Bit of a sell-off. Pulled back about 8%, not the worst. Checking out IBIO very quickly here. Shaky open, but found some support. Nice big moves on it. That's a 7-8% candle right there. Really, really nice. Question is, can it break over 1.5? Looks like it will break above it and probably even get halted here. 1.5, big time resistance there. Let's see if it gets chipped away. Whew. This is definitely a bit of a roller coaster. 13% move out of the gates. Big sell volume. I'd be nervous with this one. BWEN kind of holding the area, holding the 2. TROV. Positive cancer trial news. Remember this one. Again, kind of selling off below VWAP. All these things I typically don't like. But let's give it a little bit of time here. My alerts didn't go off either. Replace this alert. Oh, there it goes. BWEN back at 210. TROV pulling back. So far, big sell volume kind of coming through on BWEN. I do kind of feel like that the sell-off may slow down on BWEN any moment here. It's been selling off kind of a lot, so either 2 is going to crack any moment, or we're going to have a break to the upside. But you know, volume fading. It's been a pretty big downturn already. IBIO would have me a little bit on edge trading this one. I'm going to check out the scanner, see if we have all the right stocks on here. Peter says SNDX moving. Old good gamer. I would check out TD Ameritrade if you're a US resident. It's pretty glitchy, but for a free platform, it's probably one of the best. IBIO, play, BWEN. So we're definitely looking at the top stocks today for sure. DSS might be, no, it's sub-dollar. So yeah, I mean, IBIO is definitely leading with straight out volume. Definitely can't be underestimated. Five minutes now into the market open. We got our first 5-minute candle printed. BWEN below $2. And guys, keep an eye on TROV because it's at 1.4 now. This one actually really might start picking up some momentum here. IBIO breaking to the upside. BWEN just keeps falling. Yep, don't really see a reason to get aggressive on it. AMC above 3.7. Woohoo! That's nice. That's what I like to see. It's my swing trade in that one. Throw SNDX on the ticker, on the scanner as well. Up 31%. Yeah, not too bad. Big market cap though. TROV does not look too bad. It did sell off really aggressively, but it is finding a little bit of a base here. Big time resistance, kind of right in the middle of it right now. Finally had some volume coming in. Remember, it has a lower float, 12 million, so that's nice. Compared to IBIO, which is a 92 million float. Bit of a correction here. Seems like it might be a bit of a day like yesterday where the morning we don't have a clear, gap and go. We have a bit more of a consolidation, but then support comes in, and then eventually we have some really nice rippers starting around 950. So I think that might be, again, somewhat of the gameplay for today. IBIO pulling back again. Whew. Big old rips, 8% pullback. NAT has been climbing. From United, Carnage. Put that one on the list as well. Good call, good call. Third green day. Solid run percentage-wise, though, just not that as exciting. Definitely keep an eye on it. Check out RTIX. Finally, some volume coming in here, breaking back to the upside. 8% move, not too bad. I gotta give it to it. This looks fairly healthy here. Put another alert if it keeps pulling up here, because I think if it breaks $3, this could be a really big runner. Held its highs pretty well. 64 million float, though, kind of big. It does have a lawsuit, but just reduce the cost. So I don't know. RTIX, the catalyst is a little sketchy. TROV trying to gain some momentum here. So yeah, it's getting a little bit more interesting. I mean, we definitely have stocks moving in the right direction. Pretty solid move on SNDX. This one kind of snuck by me a little bit here. 20% gap up, and then just boom, out of the gates, this thing just rips. 22%. Not the biggest percentage mover, big resistance above, but it's nice. It's very consistent. Nice, Peter. TROV pulling back again. 9:42 a.m. TROV at 1.44. IBO at 1.42. I like BWEN, how it's kind of holding this area. 2 might crack again. Here we go, first real move higher. Could get a little bit of an entry here at 204. Looking for a potential pullback on this one. Really nice move here. I like that break. I'm going to leave my limit order here. Most likely we won't get executed, but I'm going to be looking for a 5-minute setup. Nice, Chris. TROV making progress as well. $9.45 here. Big buyers coming in on TROV. All right, we got an entry on BWEN. So the entry, I was waiting for a little bit of a pullback here. Wouldn't really say the sell-off is over, but I'm looking for a kind of trend reversal to get started here. Still got my eye on TROV. $9:47 a.m. Still has volume picking up here. Does look like it might crack to any moment. Here we go, crack of 2 right now. Bit of an aggressive sell-off here at back to the 90s. $93 getting chipped away a little bit here. TROV at 154. Sell off on BWEN. I wouldn't necessarily say it's over, so be very careful here. TROV pulling up higher. This is what I was waiting for. Really nice move on it. I was a little bit distracted, unfortunately, with BWEN, so I'm going to try to looking for a bit of a pullback move. Not sure if we're going to get it. BWEN back, getting close to 2. Looks like I entered the one that didn't work this time. Let's give it a little bit longer here. I like what I'm seeing with TROV. All right, we got an entry with TROV. I got to pay attention to BWEN because it's still pulling back here. I got to think about probably cutting the losses here on this one. So we did have one more pullback here. I don't want to be, you know, obviously holding this too long. Getting close. Yeah, actually we kind of hit my max stop loss here a little bit. Let me go figure this out. TROV pulling back. Yeah, a little bit of a shaky morning for me, huh? It's, I got a little bit too aggressive with BWEN. I had a feeling I should have waited for a secondary pullback. We do have some volume coming in here, but again, I got a little bit too aggressive on it, a little bit too early. Didn't wait for that, you know, clear breakout pullback like I wanted to do, kind of like I originally said. So a bit of my mistake on that one. Let's see here what we get. I typically don't trade 2 stocks at once, so I got to kind of pay attention here to both. Kind of aggressive sell-off with TROV. I do like that we found some support and we did break higher, so I'm going to give this one a little bit longer. Both of them have very small floats. No new news, that's good. Markets overall looking fine. Sell-off definitely was a bit more aggressive than I was hoping for. Nice little bounce coming in here. Still selling off. It's about 9:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we might see some reversals start coming in here, but BWEN looks like it's going to be a loss regardless. I was waiting for one more little spike here to get out, close this position. We don't have that much selling volume, so I was a little bit more bullish that we might get one more spike, but still selling off, so I don't like that. I don't like kind of holding this one. Don't want to hold on to these losers too long. Just about at my 10% max stop. $85 getting chipped away. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out of this one, unfortunately. Let's see what we get. $83, big support coming in there. A bit of a shaky morning for me for sure. $9:54 a.m. Too aggressive for me. I should have held off a little bit longer. I'm going to be getting out of TROV as well. Still watching BWEN. Closed. Whoops. Closed TROV. I was looking for a bit more of a bounce here. We didn't get it, so I closed this position. About a 5% loss on this one. Not too hot, but I did luckily avoid that second pullback. So decent entry. Just didn't get that continuation that I was looking for. Let's go ahead and check out BWEN again. It's nice to be able to just focus on one thing at a time. That definitely was a little bit of an issue. I typically don't do two stocks at once, mainly because when I stream, I can't have two screens open. My current laptop just can't handle that. It's a little bit ridiculous, actually. So we have a little bit of volume coming back in here. I really don't want this area to break. I'm going to have to close this position. Just still waiting for a little bit of a sign here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really reflect today a little bit. Here we go, selling off again. You know, on a day where I said, you know, no clear lead gapper, I think I got maybe a bit too aggressive in the morning. I don't know. I'm gonna have to really think about this through today. Not really anything too bad, just, you know, kind of two mistakes back to back, I guess you can say. I'm going to close this one out at 186, $100 loss. So I kind of hit my max stop on this one. I do think it's going to break higher here. I probably could have gave it a little bit longer. I really like BWEN in terms of catalyst. Yeah, now it's breaking higher. It looks like, yeah, tough morning for me. Tough. Oh well, happens sometimes. Let me check the chat. I haven't really been checking it. Okay, yeah, I see you guys all over here. Yeah. BWEN, I had to close this position because I was past my max stop loss and I just couldn't risk the fact of it going down further because then I would really be taking a big loser. And I can't have that. $100, it's not great, but it's not a big loser. It's getting close to kind of my max stop since we had a bit bigger of a position size. It wasn't a full allocation, but it was just a bigger position size. So again, I can't, let that just kind of keep compiling or else we're going to have an accident like we had Friday. So this was, yeah, a little bit tough here. But that's just how it is sometimes. Yeah, so now officially April, I'm red on April, which is unfortunate. This could be my first red month of the challenge. Yeah, Gavin, I also have a monitor. That's where my chat is and a few other things. But once I get too many screens, the laptop can only hold it for so long. Satoshi says it's trading below VWAP and below moving average, not a good trade. Yeah, so what I was looking for was a breakout actually of the 15-minute EMA and then a pullback, which I did get, and that was my kind of reason behind it, which sometimes turns out to be a quite nice trade, but this time it didn't work out, still selling off. What I should have done is really just give it a bit more time. I think I treated BWEN a bit more. Yeah, I kind of mixed up two strategies, I would say. I'm typically more of a support line pullback trader. So that's kind of what I was doing here, but on a different strategy in terms of, breakout trading. This was yet the time for the breakout, so I got a little bit too aggressive on this one. Luckily, we did close this position. It's still selling off here. Let's go back to TROV, kind of figure out what's going on with this one. Also pulling back. So luckily, we got out of this one as well. So good that we were able to cut our losses. That's really, really nice. Unfortunately, we're down 160 bucks, which, yeah, is what it is. We started at 4,000. Now we're at 6,000. Although we've already paid ourselves almost $400. So we're up. Yeah, pretty nicely, about like 60%, almost 60%, a little like 55% we're up on the challenge. I was actually quite excited for trading today, and I think that might have been my mistake. Let's see what happens. Yeah, getting too aggressive on a day where there's no clear lead gapper. That was 100% my mistake today. Although yesterday, kind of similar situation, and it actually would have paid off. So I don't know. It's kind of one of those wishy-washy things. I1APP Pro. I think y'all need a sponsor, Alex. What is that? PC deposit? We're on Amazon. Give us a call. Nice desktop. Double screens. You need the trader setup. Yeah, I'm actually not sure if I want to actually do a desktop approach, mainly because the back and forth between different locations. So I would rather get a improved laptop with maybe one more screen would be nice. I think 2 screens is nice. Three screens would be perfect. I don't think I need more than that. BWN still pulling off. Definitely good that we closed this position. This one and I think TROV both can have a really nice reversal at one point. Not sure when it's going to happen, but I do think at one point they're going to have a nice, at least bounce. I'm not sure about a full reversal, but at least a bounce. What's a little bit unfortunate here is the fact that what I said pre-market was, this thing's pulling off 35% or so, and I don't like trading stocks that have been pulling off that much. So it's a little bit, I kind of broke my rules today. I'm gonna have to reflect on that a little bit. Maybe I got aggressive because I felt like I had to make up from the whole week I was sick and out. I don't know. Those are 2 trades I feel like maybe I usually would have not made. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. All right, definitely good to know. Shoot me an email on what you think would be your best trading setup. I have my email in the video description below. Yep, 100% true, Satoshi. Always want to keep an eye on the overall market. BWEN still pulling back here. This could be the reversal pop right now. I'm not sure about that, Jose. You're gonna have to, that's a question you have to ask yourself, and you have to understand why you got into it in the first place, what you want out of that company. We're not trading long-term, or we're not investing here. We're simply trading just the market open on the lead gappers for the day. CREX halted. A nice little run here. 1.5 as the 180-day moving average, so definitely keep a watch out for this. This could be a good clean open. Not sure what the catalyst is. Doesn't look like it has a catalyst. Fairly small volume on it too, so just keep an eye on for that. News just came out. Okay. IBIO reversal. Yeah, IBIO had definitely a nice little bounce here, 9%. That's sweet. The 23, really, really nice. I don't know if I would be going long IBIO because of this big time resistance right here at 135. Not to mention we've already had a big test of long-term support and resistance, and we failed to break out from that area. But who knows, if this area holds for like an hour or so, there could be a good reversal at one point. But the backside of the move are typically not my favorite plays. BWEN having a little spike here, trying to crawl higher. Then we got TROV finding a bit of a bottom as well. This bounce was about 5%. Could have maybe gotten out a little bit earlier. As my original trade thesis was a pullback here and a continuation. And so when we had this second pullback, my thesis was kind of broken. So I probably could have got out at maybe somewhere between 43 and 45, a little quicker. But I did wait for that, one extra attempt to break higher. We didn't get that, and I got out of TROV, so that was good. Avoided a lot of risk. BWEN. I would have a hard time trading BWEN until it really kind of started showing a little bit more, but at the same time, it has a great catalyst, big order. Anytime you have a contract winner, they tend to do very well. I think it's just the pure fact alone that it's up 145%. Sometimes they need to sell off a little bit, consolidate a little bit. 14 million float as well could just, BWEN could absolutely rip at one point. I don't know. I think this one could do well. It's tough to say, but we've definitely pulled back to some nice support in this area. And I think if I had another trade available, I would probably be looking for some sort of bottom here and a reversal and buying into that. SNDX. Well, it definitely did break above big time resistance, so that's kind of a good sign. Still trending higher. I don't know. You don't know how far these could run. By the time I do the trade recap, this thing could be above 20 bucks. I think it looks like it may try to break higher soon, but it could easily consolidate in this area for a bit longer. I don't know. I'm not sure. Trying to think here. We do have a nice 5-minute breakout from 17.7. We have big volume on the breakouts. That's nice. We have a 1-minute pullback with not too much volume, which is a good, healthy sign. I think SNDX might keep going. But I wouldn't be surprised either if it had a bit more of a consolidation in this area. Because, $18, this is some big time support and resistance. TROV at 1.28. I gotta say, it's nice when you cut your losses, and it works. It works. It's a good thing that you cut your losses. I would have been a little bit upset otherwise, but sometimes trading is all about just managing your risk and getting through any sort of rough patches or getting through any time of market conditions that aren't great, and then really excelling once you get out of that patch. And to me, that's kind of what I kind of need to focus on. And yeah, so it was good that I cut my losses. Still down 160 though today, so that's definitely kind of sucky for sure. CLEX news, Heiko's still in TROV. Yeah, these are all stocks that could have bounces, but you just don't know when, and you don't know if. And even if they bounce, you don't know how hard, so it's tough. One good thing we should, that I always say, and we should remind ourselves more often, is anytime I see one of these stocks that are down over past 25% from their highs, they tend not to do very well at the open. And today was a really big confirmation of that, I think. BWEN at 1.84. Trying to have a reversal, but kind of getting crushed. SNDX finding some a little bit of support in this area. Yeah, it could be consolidating a bit longer. Yeah, it's a good point. IBIO still continuing that upwards trend, but remember we were talking about this 135 area which acted as support. Then when it broke, now that support is probably new resistance. Not to mention we have the VWAP right above it, so keep an eye out for this level. I'd be a little bit weary myself. It's kind of hard to draw a good line there, but you kind of get the point. So we could do maybe. Here we go. There we go, SNDX maintained that high and still running. $15% from that $16 pullback. That's really nice. Man, I can't wait to be on a green streak again. I have been April. Maybe I'm just excited for April to end. I don't know what it is. Nice. Are you long Satoshi IBIO? Big rejection here. I'd be very weary. CJ, I have a video on the $25,000 challenge that we're doing. We've already grown our account over 50% with this challenge. I would check that video out, get an idea of what these live streams are all about, and then kind of go from there. And then just kind of keep joining us every morning. We go live, and eventually you're going to start understanding what we're looking for, what we're looking to do. And exactly what kind of stocks we're looking for, why we enter and exit trades. Also, consider using a simulator for now. understanding the platform, and then just getting comfortable trading it. Yeah, nice trade on that bottom bounce for sure. Those are actually some of my favorite trades. I've been trying to get a bit more aggressive with the breakout strategy, and I think those kind of like two strategies. One I'm really good at, one I'm still learning, and that's the whole point of this challenge. It definitely messes me up sometimes. But yeah, this is a really nice entry there at 124. Nice work. Big time support and resistance in this area. Nice. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, everyone's different. You know, you got to figure out what works for you, Stu. For me, bottom bounces and reversals are some of my favorite setups. I think that's just because I've been doing them very long and they feel more natural to me. But I would like to kind of get good at two strategies. The thing with the bottom bounce reversals is sometimes the best trades are actually a bit longer, you know, overnight or swing trades or something like that. That's how I grow almost all of my other accounts. It's only this challenge account that I actually trade breakouts. BWEN, man, this you know, keeps trying to break that 15-minute EMA. We've had so many attempts. Every time there's just been fake outs. Here in the morning we had 2 attempts back to back. I bought on the second attempt, pull back, and didn't work out. Sue, yeah, I know what you mean, especially on these stocks. SNDX, broke hive day. I have a few swing trade videos, Nick, but none of them are too recent. But yeah, I have a few swing trades. Yeah, look at SNDX. Congrats to anyone that kept holding it. It was looking really good here. Could have seen it consolidate a bit longer, but boom, just like that, 5%. SNDX, BWEN. I mean, right now, TROV is at big time support. Unfortunately, the bounce off of support didn't really do too much. It was about a 6-7% bounce and then pulled back again. That'd make me a little bit uncomfortable. Because if that breaks, then it could keep going down. I'm still trending to the downside. You always want to know your max stop. Typically 5%, I'm looking for an exit. It means something went wrong. And at 10%, I cut my losses basically no matter what. That's what I did in the last basically 3 big losses I had. I had like 10% losses. The only reason Fridays was so big is because we had 2 times position size. Otherwise, it would have been just an average loss. TROV definitely needs some volume coming in again. On the 5 minute though, you can kind of see we had a failed breakdown. So not too bad. And the recovery, I just, that shooting start candle doesn't look too good. That's a good attitude. Look at BWEN finally building up a little bit of momentum here. Would not be surprised if we saw $2 or at least one, the 90s, high 90s, with that kind of move above the EMA. Yeah, not too shabby. 5.3, 5.4% loss. A little bit like my TROV trade. By the way, guys, if you want to get some exposure on social media for trades, I think starting next week, I'm going to start posting trades from Trade Journal. There's a few more things I want to do ahead of time, and that is basically make a profile page on Trade Journal so you guys can add your social accounts. And then if you guys opt in for it, then I'll be posting probably like one, maybe two, but most likely one for now, trade of the day on social media on our Instagram and Twitter account. So I'll link the picture of the trade and kind of tag you in the post. I don't have an example yet at the moment, but I'll probably be starting that in March just because I need to get the profile stuff set up on Trade Journal. That's not done yet. Yeah, so at the moment you have to manually put in the trades. We're working on importing via API, but there's a lot of brokers, so we would have to figure out like a maintenance schedule for that. So I don't know. It probably won't be anything in the next few months. Maybe towards the end of the year, some APIs could be expected. Let's hit. Yeah, TROV kind of breaking above the EMA a little bit, getting kind of interesting here, but I really want to see some volume coming in on this one. Boom, look at S&DX getting close to the 20 mark. Super, super nice. Yeah, Sue, I did work with some developers. It's all custom, built in Python. And now I do most of the developing for it. Actually, at the moment, I do all the developing for it just because I don't get a better feel for it. You do this, Jose. Do you do this every day? Yeah, we stream every day till about 10:30. So basically about now. Yeah, I'll probably be wrapping up here in a few minutes. Sometimes we go to like 10:45 or 11. Rarely we go past 11. Look at this S&DX, just nice break. Oh man, I wish we had more trades available. I've used a bit all my position size right off the out of the gate, so didn't have any more trades available, unfortunately. Really sweet stuff on S&DX. IBIO, let's go back to this one. Had a really nice recovery here after that pullback. Very sweet. Welcome, John. What did we trade? We traded TROV, took a small loss on it, unfortunately. Yeah, today was a red day for me. Took a $60 loss on it. Bought the pullback on the VWAP breakout. Just did not work out this time. So we cut our losses on this one. Probably about a 4.5% loss based on our position size. And then we had, look at TROV kind of curling here. This is getting kind of interesting. 1030. Okay, here we go. Then we had a bigger loss, about like a 9% loss on BWEN. Again, thought we had some support coming in here, thought we might see a reversal, bought the breakout pullback, and this one again didn't work out either, so a little bit upsetting on that. King Dola, what is a good stock short term? I would say anything with volume. Anything that has a catalyst. It's got to be moving for a reason, or else you're going to be holding something that is stagnating. No past resistance on S&DX when you sell. I definitely would be out already. Knowing me, I get out of these stocks so quickly. One thing I say all the time is the whole number, support and resistance. You gotta keep an eye on these whole numbers. Everyone's looking at the 20. That's a psychological point. So I probably would have sold at 19, 50. Let's say if I bought this breakout here at, let's say 18, I probably would have sold on this green candle most likely in 1950s. I would have not held past 20, knowing me. So we ran past 20 and definitely, some selling momentum definitely coming in here again. I mean, we know for a fact that, you know, around the $18, there's big long-term support and resistance. So this area could act as a nice bounce zone. Look at this VWAP. This could be a nice little bounce as well. Let's watch this. This could be really nice here. By no means is this run over, but at the same time, it's had a really solid run. Really solid. I mean, check out this run. It's basically a nonstop 80% run. So I wouldn't be surprised if it consolidated a little bit longer. And maybe in the afternoon, it's going to have another run. But 10:33, you know, you have traders wrapping up at this time, especially getting close to 11. Breakouts are a little weaker. So I don't know. Could keep running. Who knows? I think the world has forgotten about TROV. Yeah, maybe I go. The lack of volume always puts me on edge. Although I gotta say, TROV is trending officially in a different direction. So it's not the worst. It's just the volume on it is disgusting. It's tiny. I don't know. These reversals, I usually like to see a bit more volume coming in. I'm not a fan of SNDX right now. King Dola, any suggestions on what to trade today? Yeah, I mean, exactly what we're trading today. These are the lead gappers. These are the small caps with the most volume. You know, how you want to trade them, what your strategy is. That's something you have to figure out on your own. But these are the stocks that we're all trading today because they are the stocks to trade today based on the attention they're getting. SNDX and IBIO have some of the highest volume in the small cap world. Although you could kind of argue that SNDX is not a small cap. OXY. Petroleum Corp. You know, I've actually stayed away for day trading the energy companies, mainly because they follow the market a little bit too closely. I don't like to trade stocks that are kind of pinged to the market. A lot of these small caps that we trade just do their own thing. The market could be red and they're up, you know, 200%. But OXY, you know, it could be a great swing trade. I have no idea. I don't know much about it. It does have a gap down area here. But long-term wise, it seems like they only go in one direction. That doesn't mean they can't have a huge bounce, but I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know anything about this company. Nice, Boy Claws. It's a really solid short. Really nice work on that one. That is beautiful. It's like a picture perfect short. Good stuff, man. All right, that's solid. That's a good win. Yeah, boy claws. I mean, that's totally fine. You got to find your style. Everyone's got a different style. Actually, shorting the small caps is I probably think one of the better styles to trade these things. Kind of because you don't have the stress of the market open, and you kind of let the stocks play out. And when you see the momentum start cracking, especially when the candles go a little bit exponential, they can, especially like 10:30, 11 o'clock when the breakouts are weaker than average. I mean, you're playing a game where the odds are on your favor, so I think that's a great strategy. Once we switch to a margin account, I'll probably be doing a bit more shorting. The problem with shorting, probably I would say too early, is you can get stuck in a stock that gets halted on the way up, and it goes up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% in a few minutes. So that's why shorting with the market open you want to watch out for. From my experience, but yeah, I mean, 10:30 shorts on something that's overextended, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's a big problem as well. The shares are hard to borrow. I would probably recommend most people to just start off going long, so you don't have to worry about borrowing shares. Not to mention shorting. As a beginner, you open yourself up to a lot of risk because you might not be as comfortable cutting losses yet, and that stock might go up 1,000%, and you're gonna get a fat daddy margin call. TD is hard to borrow shares too short usually. Yeah, I don't have much of comments there, but I don't know that they're like significantly good. I've never really heard of TD being like the place to short, so you're probably right. Unlimited risk, yeah. Ugh. CREX flying, let's see. CREX, pick it up. All right, guys, I'm gonna look at CREX and I'm gonna wrap up trading. Remember, if you guys want to talk about anything after the stream, there is a Discord link. Just click on the first link under the video description. You get access to the Discord link. There's not too much activity there, but there's a whole entire chat just for holding overnight and stuff like that, which I find sometimes kind of interesting since I know some of you guys hold overnight. No, the margin's pretty cheap. Yeah, CRX had a nice little breakout here. 42%. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, totally true, boy class. You got that one good. In the future, Heiko, Trade Journal, there's going to be a place where you can see other people's trades if they make them public. So everyone's going to have the option under portfolio to make a portfolio public or not. So if you publish in a portfolio that's public, you can share your trades. So that's going to be pretty cool. That way, you'll always be able to see what other people are trading. I think that'll be good fun as well at the end of the day, that we can always see what other people did in the chat room. TROV, yeah, I mean, at least it's not breaking lower. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit VWAP again. It's such a slow mover. BWEN, this one's really just dying in front of our eyes. Triaro looks like it's cooking something. Cooking something. Yeah. Sue, the first version of Trade Journal, I had 2 developers. This is the 3rd version of Trade Journal, actually, and I built it totally from scratch. That's what I spend my mornings on. That's why sometimes by the time I'm trading, since the market opens here at 3:15 local time, PM, I'm a little exhausted. And that's why I always do a bit of a workout before the market goes live. which is why I've been a little bit exhausted lately because I was sick and I haven't been able to work out. So like there's no like break. So I don't know. That's a bit annoying. Look at RTIX. Didn't have too high hopes for this one, but somehow it kept on creeping up here. This is a really nice break from this $3 resistance. We had a pullback here, another pullback. You know, how did we miss this one? I had my alert on RTIX. I must have been in a trade when this one was moving up because this one kind of did exactly what I wanted it to. Oh well. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up there. Good fun trading with everyone today. Don't forget to leave a like, guys, if you appreciate the content. It was really good fun. I appreciate all the likes. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I respond to all the comments. Just give me like 24, 48 hours. Yeah, Boy Claw, sometimes alerts don't go off with TOS, or if they do, they just go off a little bit late, I've noticed, especially at the market open. If you're totally new here, remember we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every day the market's open, so except holidays or something like that. So don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to subscribe. I come out with a recap video at the end of the trading day, so I'm going to be working on that in a little bit. I will see you guys there. Till then, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.